Okay, in this video I'm going to show you some of the basics of using the Eclipse IDE, and I'll show you how to do your first program, Hello World. Alright, here we've got the icon I created previously for the Eclipse IDE, so I'll go ahead and double click that, tell it to run it. Alright, now Eclipse has this notion of a workspace. Alright, and what it is a directory somewhere on your computer. Alright, it's going to default to, at least on Windows, something like users backslash Keith backslash workspace. So I'll just go ahead and OK that, and it will load up. Alright, let's go ahead and maximize that. Alright, and the first time you load Eclipse, you're going to get this welcome screen. You can just go ahead and X that out and close it. You can also go ahead and close the task list and the outline. We won't be using those. Alright, you've got this big area here. This is where you'll be able to view your source code. You've got an area down here that shows things like problems in your source code. This is also where you're going to see the console output of your first program. And over here is the Package Explorer. This is where all your Java projects will be shown. So right now we haven't made any projects, so it's completely empty. Alright, first thing I recommend people do is import some settings. Alright, so from the course website you can download my recommended settings file, then go to Import. Alright, expand General, select Preferences, click Next. Alright, then go browse to wherever you downloaded this Eclipse _ prefs.epf file. Open that up. Alright, leave import all selected and then click finished. So what this does is behind the scenes it sets a bunch of these preferences to be sort of defaults I think are appropriate for beginning Java programmers. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and increase my font size just a bit from the defaults, just so you can see things a little better in the video. Alright, I got bigger fonts. Alright, let's go ahead and make our first program, Hello World. We have to first create a Java project, so we go to File, New, Java Project. We need to give it a name, alright, like Hello World. And notice in this box it's showing below this workspace directory there's now going to be a new subdirectory, Hello World. Alright, and I usually recommend selecting this top one for the project layout. This causes the source code and the bytecode to all appear in the same directory, and it's just simpler to manage for the small type projects we'll be doing in the course. Click Finish. Alright, you might see this the first time. Just do not warn about this Git problem, and do not show this guy again either. Alright, we can see we've got Hello World now in the Package Explorer. Alright, but adding that project didn't actually create a source code file for us to edit. Alright, we've got to do one more thing. We've got to do File, New, and then select Class. Alright, we need to get a name our Java source code file, and I'll just call it the same thing, Hello World. Alright, click Finish. And now you see there's a hello world.java file. Alright, and it's actually created this text file in that Hello World subdirectory. Alright, notice that the name of this class is Hello World, and so is the file it's stored in. Alright, hello world.java, and that has to be true. Alright, this name has to match the file name exactly, including case. Alright, let's do our first program, Hello World. And for now all our programs are going to live inside the main method, and we need to add this magic. Alright, public static void main parentheses string empty square brackets args. Alright, by the end of the course you'll understand what all the different parts of this mean, but for now you can just take it on faith that you need to have this. And now inside these curly braces, alright, so we've got curly braces here, we've got normal parentheses here, and then we've got square brackets here. Okay, so be careful. You need to have exactly those kind of parentheses in the right spots. Alright, inside of these curly braces we're going to put our program. Alright, And our first program is just going to print out hello world. So system.out.println, okay, hello world. All right. And what this command does is send whatever you put inside the parentheses, mainly this quoted string, to the console window. All right. All right. And we can go ahead and run that. Go to the run menu. All right. And I've got it set up so it will automatically save the file. And in the Eclipse IDE, what it's actually doing behind the scenes, it's compiling that using the Java C compiler, compiling that source code into bytecode and then going ahead and running it. All right. And down here in the console window, we see our output hello world. All right. You can see it's always good to kind of keep your white space organized, all right, and not have programs like this. All right, Eclipse tries to help you. You notice like when I hit return there, it kind of kicked things out. If you get things kind of all messed up in here, you know, what you can do is you can hit Control A and then Control I, and it will automatically indent your program properly. All right, so that's one tip. Now let's practice getting some command line input. All right, this guy here, the string square brackets args, is where command line input is received. All right, and we can print out the first command line argument by doing something like this: println first arg equals. All right, and then I'll use the plus, which basically means append. All right, it's going to take the string, print out first arg equals. All right, and now what that does, arg square bracket 0, is select the first thing passed into the program. All right, and puts that in here and prints it out. All right, well, let's try and run it. Oh dear. So the program printed hello world, all right, but then we got an exception. All right, and we got an exception on line 8 of the program. All right, and what it's complaining about is it tried to read in this args bracket 0, this first input parameter, but it didn't exist. All right, to set that command line argument, all right, you want to come in the run menu, go to run configurations. All right, make sure this guy's selected over here, hello world. Click on the arguments tab, and then put in something like, I'll put in my first name. Now when we run it, okay, it doesn't crash, and it actually prints out what we're hoping, first arg equals Keith. All right, so we can put in another one, second arg equals plus args 1. All right, now I just hit Control S to save that, but notice what happened. Oops, I've made a typo. All right, so Eclipse is very handy that it highlights things that it knows are wrong. All right, and if you go over here to the little X box, it's explaining in the yellow box there that it can't resolve this misspelled word. All right, because what I really should have there is system. All right, and now it's happy again. I can go ahead and run that. Oh, see, now I crashed again. All right, I haven't given it that second command line input. If we go to run configurations, all right, I'm clicked on hello world, arguments, all right, and now I can add a second argument. All right, and you just need to separate these with some kind of white space. So I could do that, I could do that, it doesn't really matter. And then I can run it again, and there we go, I'm getting the 2 command line arguments. All right, so that's the basics of using the Eclipse IDE.